Hey everybody, what's up? It is 8:01. Good morning. Good to see you. It's your friend James Shaw. Thanks for starting your Monday here inside Pivot Shift Ahead. We did we call it the pre-show. We opened the Zoom at 7:30. So if you're watching the recording or you're watching on Facebook, you missed the first half hour. We open the Zoom 7:30, and then at 8 o'clock we start the recording and transition over to Facebook. And we just talked this morning to agents who were selling, prior to 2011, that experienced 2007, 8, and 9, and everything that happened in the market. And we got great advice from them, which is one, stay in the game, two, grow your skill set, and three, look at your activities. If you're not getting the result you want, it's probably based on the actions that you're not taking. And then because there's home selling. There's home selling. So if you're not taking enough listings or getting enough pendings, let's go look at the activities. And we're going to start looking at that today because I posted something last night, late last night. Many of you missed it, but late last night, just giving you something to think about Sunday night going into Monday. And I thought some of the answers were interesting, and so I want to talk about it this morning. We'll get to that in just a second, but before, tell me something good. Brent and Alice, good morning in SoCal.
Good morning. Our daughter surprised us from Tennessee for Mother's Day, and we want to give a big shout out to Judy Gill. We got ourselves into a little bit of a dilemma, and she came and she filled in at an open house for us for just 40 minutes or so. Brent got to meet her in person. I did not get to meet her, but a big shout out to Judy Gill.
She's great. She's an Inspire member too, a SoCal Inspire member.
Yeah, we are family when you have people that jump in and help out with traffic, a wreck on the freeway. I couldn't get to the place on time, and she jumped up and helped out, and it was just great. I know she doesn't talk a lot, but in San Diego,
she's here every morning
to talk to Judy Gill.
Yeah, Judy's here every morning. She's involved in everything we do. She's in San Diego. Judy, you get the floor next. Either tell us something good or give us some advice on how to be a great agent. Judy, we want to hear from you this morning.
Oh gosh darn it. The fact you're putting me on the spot is not okay. But anyways, it's I'm not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like the rest of you. It's 5 o'clock here in the morning. But it was a thrill. It was a thrill to pitch in when it was needed, and it was nice to meet Brent. I'm sorry I didn't meet Alice. That's all I've got to share with you today.
You're the best, Judy. All right, get some rest. All right, it's early. Yogesh, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, James. Thank you for giving the opportunity, and thank you for doing this. Thank you to the community. My my good thing is today is I sold my best in 4 years. I sold $1.6 million commercial deal, and it's all because of this call, because it was going on since July last year. I had I had a buyer side, but the seller was very, very lazy and the lawyers were on top of it. So it was like, yes, no, but I did it last year. Thank you so much for the lucky.
We're proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Where are you?
I'm in Vineland, New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Love that. Thank you for being on this morning. We got people from New Jersey to California to Maui on this morning, and it's just so fun. It's to see everyone get on the road. We have an Inspire member who lives in Spain. I'm proud of what we've created in here, and I'm glad you're part of it. Last night, while I was watching the Pacers score 6,000 points in the second quarter, I posted something, and it's on my Instagram. I'll share it right now. If you're not following me on Instagram, boy, you're missing just hard-hitting, great information like this. There's my Instagram in the chat, James D. Shaw. But I posted this on my Instagram last night. I want to share it with you this morning because I was just thinking about how can we use Sunday night to prepare for Monday morning, right? How can we use Sunday night to prepare for Monday morning? So I said, ready for a new week? Here are 4 moves to make Monday work for you. These are the 4 moves. Number 1, plan with intention. I said, take 10 minutes tonight to time block your pipeline building priorities. In other words, don't leave success up to chance. Think about, if your focus every day is how do I build my pipeline? How do I deepen my pipeline, deepen my pipeline, deepen my pipeline? You probably make different choices. So that was one. You can, again, James D. Shaw on Instagram to find these. Number 2, pick your people. Choose 5 past clients or old leads that you'll connect with before noon. So this morning, just make the decision. Who are the 5 people? Number 3, audit your energy. Think about what drains you and what fuels you and build more of the second, what fuels you, into your week. And you hear me say stuff like this all the time. Calendar on purpose with purpose. I always talk about it. On purpose with purpose. And then number 3, say it out loud. Declare one goal for the week. Because accountability creates momentum. Declare a goal for the week. So these were the 4 things. Plan with intention. And again, time block your pipeline building priorities, not which class you're going to and what stuff you got to do to keep on top of your closing, but pipeline building activities. Choose 5 people to call before noon today, audit your energy, and put what fuels you in your calendar, and then declare a goal for the week. That was in my Instagram. Now, a lot of you commented, not as many as I'd maybe thought, but that's fine. It's cool. It's late on Sunday. And most of the comments said things like, schedule 3 appointments, get 2 listings, take 2 listings, find 2 buyers. And I'm going, I want you to do all those things, but have I really taught you how to set goals for the week? Have I taught you how to set goals for the week? Angela, by the way, you can find that same list inside Pivot Shift Ahead. It's in Pivot and it's on my Instagram. Have I taught you how to set goals for the week? I want you to set goals that are about actions, not results. Most of the goals I got were outcome goals, not process goals. And I want you to set process goals. I even went into MREA. Do you know on MREA, page 37, page 35 into 36, Gary quotes Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. And when Tony Robbins spoke at Family Reunion a couple of years ago, Gary credited Tony with that book helping build Gary's business. And here's what he says. He says, I read Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins, and I heard my professor, he's talking about a college professor, quote, people have lived before you. And Robbins' book made that point in a very powerful way. And here are some of the passages that I underlined that I'd like to share with you. This is Gary talking. Passage number 1. Long ago, I realized that success leaves clues and that people who produce outstanding results, listen, quote, do specific things to create those results. Passage number 2. Actions are the source of all results. The process of discovering exactly and specifically what people do to produce a specific result is called modeling. But he's going, you have to figure it out. What are the actions? Then I went into the Shift book. Shift book, page 53, said, when I was able to connect the dots between effort and results, I had a huge aha. I now saw that what I did on the front end with lead generation got me the results on the back end. This connection opened my eyes to how effort and success are linked. I became motivated to put in the necessary effort, but also began to enjoy it. I knew that when I generated leads, the desired results would follow. I want our focus this week to be on process. Like, I'm going to talk to 5 Sphere and 5 past clients today, and I'm going to say this. Someone put in, I think Amiko put in the comment, she was going to send 100 golden letters to her farm. That's process. We've got to be process focused. Let's talk about it. Amal, you want to go first? Good morning. We cannot hear you yet. Be careful because you're in the car. There we go.
Oh,
Good
yes.
morning.
Yes. No, I parked already. Good morning, James. It's a nice Monday. So I did something this weekend, and I never did it. I've been living in my community for 18 years, and I'm always afraid to do activity. And this weekend, I did something for Mother Day, cooking, decorating. So it was very nice. Lots of people came. So that's how I believe we keep connecting with people to get more leads.
Yeah, we got to talk to people. It's a contact sport. It's what we got to do. Jenny, good morning.
Good morning, James. Everything you just said is brilliant, and we all should just listen to you every day. And with
Where's
that,
Naomi Shaw? Where is Naomi Shaw?
that's recorded. You can play it for her later. I said it. So I just kept hearing the lead versus lag indicators, the activities versus the results. And we hear that with goals all the time that you already mentioned. And so for me, the first domino in that is that I had already built my plan for the year, and now it's just a tweaking and adjusting every week. And so I, even on Mother's Day, even spending time with my family and going to downtown Tulsa and hang out at Mayfest, I still had a before I go to bed, look at my calendar and look at my activities and where I am in relation to those things. So it's a pre-planning that I can wake up on Monday morning and casually, comfortably go to hot yoga at 5:30 in the morning because I'm not stressed about my day because it's already blocked with those activities. So for me, the time blocks of the Legion in the morning, I just think of who I'm going to talk to. So we have a business to business event on Thursday. So those are my invites. I'm going to reach out to local business owners, invite them to come along, to friends who may find interest in that. I have a free training class for agents on Wednesday. I'm going to invite local and out of town agents to join me in that class. So that's what my lead gen looks like. And also, yours would just be a little different, a different category of people, so that you have the focus in that time block to make it purposeful, and then you'll see the results.
That's it. Get clarity. Thanks, Jenny. Miranda, good morning.
Good morning from sunny Chicago. Thank you, Jesus. Um, yeah, every Sunday night I am looking at my calendar. It doesn't, I would say mine does take more than 10 minutes. I am very, very purposeful about scheduling my call time, who I'm calling. On Mondays, it's follow-ups from open house. We always call. We call the people that came through the open house. We thank them for coming. We talk to them about the property. We had 3 open houses on Saturday, so we have a lot of follow-up to do today. I have my Monday market update research time and recording time scheduled. I'm very, very purposeful with my workouts. After my after all my work stuff is scheduled, I then schedule my workouts around when my work stuff has to happen. It's flexible but not optional. But my workouts have to go in my calendar, and sometimes I'm going at 5:30 at night, and sometimes I'm going at 5:30 in the morning. It just depends on what my work schedule looks like. I then schedule my meals. I'm really cautious about what I put into my body. So I make sure that I know what I'm having for dinner, what I'm making for dinner for my family, what everyone's eating for lunch, so that that's just one less thing I have to think about through the week. And I'm also, like you said, careful about what I schedule that drains me. One of the things that I realized is that I am not Superwoman, much to my chagrin, that I cannot book 3 listing appointments in one day. As much as I think that I can do it all, and I can do it all in one day, and I can get up at 6 a.m. and power through all the way till 7 p.m. with no breaks, I cannot.
Correct.
So I am cautious about what I book on what days so that I have the energy to put in my best at each appointment that I go to. It takes a lot of thought, planning, careful execution, watching the time, making sure that I'm not wasting my time, and being really, really purposeful with, like you said, who am I calling what days? Mondays, I call open house leads. Tuesdays, I call past clients. Wednesdays, I call people that came to seminars. Thursdays, every single week, it's very, very meticulous.
Yep. We talked about calendar having white space last week. May 6th was the day. I emailed it out to everybody on Sunday in the newsletter. If you missed that one, go back and watch it, because you're not a superhero. You can't do it all. You got to know what your limits are, which means, by the way, then you have to do the things that matter. I want your goals to be process goals. Quit telling me your goal is to schedule an appointment or take a listing this week. I just, that's not a goal, because it's an outcome. But what you can control is who you talk to, what do you say, what's on your calendar, how do you show up? You can do that stuff. Mignon, good morning.
Good morning, James. Yes, I was thinking about that from last week as well. And what I started doing this about 10 years ago. I cannot remember where I learned it from, but on Sunday nights around 6:30, I will actually physically write down in my calendar what it is my week is going to look like. And what that keeps me from doing is double and triple booking things. And it anchors my week in my mind. That way, if I decide to not look at my Google Calendar for the moment, I at least have something that I've written in that I'm like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be somewhere at some time tomorrow. So I want to meet with you, but I want to make sure that it's cool and that it's congruent. And I've always told people that if I don't have an appointment with you, if I haven't sent you a Google Calendar, then I'm likely going to forget. So we don't really have an appointment. So it's a double responsibility to make sure that we are communicating about that appointment and just making sure that my week is filled with opportunities to meet with people that help my business grow.
I want your week to be filled with activity that adds stuff to the pipeline. Like, just bottom line is do activity that adds opportunity to the pipeline. I did a search in MREA. You know MREA. It's a great book. Got it right here. I searched how many times does Gary say the word results in MREA? 83 times. If you're keeping score at home, 83 times. How many times does he talk about action? 148. 148 times. It's about activity. It's about being purposeful in the action. Let's remove being tied to the outcome. The outcome of any one day is completely irrelevant. Well, I guess it's not irrelevant. It's only irrelevant if it's the only day. Like if today's the only day you're going to lead generate and then the rest of the week's going to get away from you, then yeah, the outcome of today matters a lot. But if you become a process-focused person, on purpose, with purpose, like I always say, you've learned the plays, you're running the plays. If you're doing all of that, if you know the actions you've got to take, and you're just committed to showing up and taking the actions, you'll be fine. Today might suck. Tomorrow might be awesome. We had Alexi Pappas on an Inspire call. We've had her twice. We've had her in Pivot a couple of times too. If you don't know Alexi, she's a runner. She's running the Olympics. Just a second. She ran the 10K for Greece in the Rio Games. And one of her, if you Google her, you'll find this video where she's being interviewed and she's talking about her coach telling her about the rule of thirds. That, you know, a third of her runs are going to be amazing, feel good, elite, like get it done, nothing can stop you. A third of them are going to be, yeah, that was fine. And a third are just going to be awful. Like you're just going to have to get through it. And that's why I had her on. I had her come on and talk to us. I love the mindset of elite athletes because they can teach us a lot. And I want us to have that mindset that, you know, there's a third of your days this week are going to be really awesome. Like everything you touch is going to be great. And a third of them are going to be, yeah, it was fine. And a third of them are going to stink. Now, the challenge is if today's the day that stinks, is that going to impact how you show up tomorrow? But there ain't anything wrong with the market. It's about you getting clarity about how you succeed. And you succeed by getting focused on the process. Tie your success to the process, not the result. Inspire members, pull out the tracker. Just print out either the PDF or get out the Excel version of our 30-point tracker and go get 30 points today. I don't care how you do it. Just get 30. And then tomorrow, go get 30. And Inspire members, you should be so focused on process that this is a layup for you. All right, we're out of time. I hope this is of value. I'm getting wound up. I know it. It's the time of year where I get wound up because I get nervous about you. I want you to get your opportunity, and it comes from doing the activities. If you want to read those 4 things, it's in Pivot and on my Instagram at James D. Shaw. Thanks for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. You got your inspiration. Go put in the perspiration. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, James.